Hi, people of the internet. Welcome to my channel. It's a good day. Uh, this is day 2. Um, Yesterday, I filmed my first video, and I was really excited. I was like, tomorrow I'm gonna film again. uh, it's fun. I'm back in nature, chilling, doing what I do. I looked outside and was like, wow, the sun is shining. Let me go outside, let me do my thing. The topic I wanted to talk about today was letting go. Yeah, you could say letting go is like a big thing in this journey. Letting go is like a big word. What should I let go? A lot of things. I will tell you a lot of things. You know, every journey is like different. We all have our own situations, our own things we need to go through. But if you really look at it, a lot of things are kind of similar. And one of the things that keep popping up was letting go. And yesterday I was thinking about it, letting go. Now, I can tell you, in my journey, I had to let go of a lot of things. Naming a few examples: bad habits, the need for control, needing to control our environment, the need to control our divine masculine, and yesterday I talked about wanted to control the outcome when it comes to our DM, forcing ourselves onto that person is a part of the control we want to have over this person, and we personally wanting things to happen instantly, or forcing ourselves onto this person. But and that's not good, because control is fear-based. And in my journey, I really thought about, where does this control, or is this need to for control come from, and where I was like, we all endure certain things in our life that you could say are unpleasant, and in my own journey, I wanted to get that control back. I wanted to be the boss of my own life, but it was all fear-based. It was all like things that were taken from me, situations that were out of my hand, and forcing myself onto situations, taking that control back, but all being fear-based. And it's an ego thing, It's you know and we've in my situation, and talking to a lot of people on this journey, learning that my experience, that a lot of people force this control onto situations and to people, and not creating space to let things fold like in a natural way. Uh, and the thing is letting go, because we hold on to things and we can't let go because we need to control. And like with my DM, you're forcing yourself onto this person. You're chasing this person. You're like, you want to, because what you feel for this person, you want, like, you're excited, and you're like, you're dreaming, like you're thinking of, oh, it would be so cool if I was with this person. And the thing is that there is a point in this journey where you will trigger something in your divine masculine. They also trigger something in you, of course. That's where the journey really starts, or I feel that the journey really starts, is you trigger something in them. You confront them with a reality that at that time they don't want to face. And when you force yourself onto this person, in my situation, you run, they run. Your DM runs. You're like, I gotta get out of here. And my DM, my divine masculine, ran like crazy. Like, thinking about it, like in the beginning, it was all cool, and she was like always excited to see me again. We had the coolest time ever. I was like, wow, what a great person. And like, I wanna, be like, maybe we can build a friendship, and maybe from the friendship there can be more, and to the point where the separation phase began, and not knowing at that time that me being around her was triggering her. And that's where the separation phase began, where she started to run and run like crazy, because knowing now that I triggered something in her, and it wasn't like me being around her was so intense. Like, I'm like up there. I'm a high energy guy, I'm a person. I'm all over the place. I'm always on the move, and me just being around her was like overwhelming. It really triggered something in her, and wanted to create situations where we could be together, because in the beginning it was cool. There was a thing where everything was cool, and I was like, I in my mind was like, I want to hang with you, I want to be cool with you. And she started to run, and eventually something came to me like, I have to let you go. And I was like, what? Why do I want to let it go? It was like some inner voice telling me I gotta let her go. And I was like, why? It was all cool in the beginning, and now she's running, and that need to control the situation. Um, and eventually, I was right. I had to let her go, and that's hard. That's hard. It is like you want to be with this person and you want to chill with this person. Everything is cool, and 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 later coming to the conclusion or knowing that being around this person is like choke. You're in truth, you're like choking this person. Like you're not giving this person the space to to be and to let things flow natural, and rather forcing yourself onto this person and controlling the situation, and that's not good, because that's fear based. Because the thing is, why is fear based? Because you care so much about this person, you're afraid that they'll walk away and they're never coming back, and you're gonna be abandoned by this person, and in truth you're not maybe not facing the truth that you feel abandoned by this person, and but learning that I need to let her go, I need to let her be, and giving her the space. And the thing I'm also thinking about is that letting go is really a big part of this journey, and letting go. If you're letting go, you're, what I said, you're creating space to let things fold naturally. You're and space, because I learned that like, for example, if you have a space and that space is filled with negativity, a room with negativity, for love to come in, you have to clean that room. You have to clean that room from negativity. So it creates space for love to come in, for positivity to come in. And that's the thing that it is, because control is like fear-based, and needing to be with that person doesn't create the space for new things to come in, because control is like fear-based, and letting go of that control is letting go of this negativity, of this need to control the situation. And when you let go, you'll see that after a certain time, like if you're like really determined, you're like, I'm gonna let go of this person. Eventually they'll pop up. You'll be like, out of the blue, like, why are you here? You're like, huh? Where did you came from? Because you gave this person the space you gave this person the space to breathe. You're not demanding yourself onto this person. You're letting go of the old, so the new can come in. So the negativity, you let go of the negativity, so positivity, love can come in. And I had a lot of situations where I'm gonna let go. I don't want to control the outcome. I don't want to control this person. And she popped up. She like constantly. But letting go is not just letting go. It's like, I experience letting go in phases where you're letting go, but that person popping up back in your life, and you're like, oh, cool, she's back. And I had situations where it's like, maybe I'll try this. And she ran again. Letting go is like letting go. It's like detaching yourself from this person. It's like letting, like, I can't say this enough, letting things fall naturally. Because I had situation where I was like, she's back, and I tried to force situations again, try to make conversation, and she was gone again. And I really learned that if there was a moment where there was like a moment of communication, that I have to give as much as I have receive, and that means that if she gave something to me, I gave something back, where there was a balance. And balance is really key, because when you're in union, the main things, the key element is balance. Because when you give love, you receive love. When they give love, you give back, and there needs to be a balance. And because you're forcing yourself on a situation, you're forcing yourself onto this person. Like, maybe he or she can say like a few words, and you need to control the situation. Things are in balance, where you give more than the other is giving you. So I really learned that if she gave something, I'll give back equal, and where there was a balance. Another thing, letting go, is like old habits, things that aren't benefiting you, things that are toxic. Because I learned that in separation phase there were a lot of people around me that were toxic to me. Because in this journey, you're taking the focus on one of the main things you do in this phase is focusing on yourself, is focusing on being your true self, loving yourself, being with yourself, being your own best friend, learning new skills, learning more about yourself, and that where you really are creating like a life for yourself that benefits you. Letting go of the negativity in your life, and really creating a life for yourself that is positive. And letting go is also letting go of the negativity in your life. I made a lot of new friends and new connections in my separation phase, and I was at a certain point. I was so in my element and so positive, where I start to notice that a lot of friends I made and connections I made, they weren't at my level anymore. They weren't at, and I start noticing that these people were kind of negative. Where at at the first they were all cool, and this just because there was a shift within me where I really wanted to focus on the positive and let the old go, let go, create space to let positivity come in. And I started noticing that there was, these people were like negative. I was like blown away. Why? Like, whoa, these people are kind of negative. Man, you know, talking about certain things that were in my life, things that were changing, and these people couldn't understand what I'm talking about. Like, what are you talking about? And this and that, and you know, there was a point I was like, I need to let these people go, and it's like not let them go instantly, because you've created a friendship with people. You're like, you don't hate them, you don't love them anymore. But it's the same with family, you know. If there are people in your family that are negative and don't understand you and pull you down in this negative spiral and so on, you don't stop loving them. No, but you gotta distance yourself from this negativity, because you're stepping into the light, you're stepping into your power, I had a lot of situations where I was, man, I need to go and be with myself, because in this journey you really learn to be your own best friend and be independent and do your own thing, and focusing on yourself, focusing on your path, focusing on learning about your own abilities, powers that you have, things that you can do to better your life, and so yeah, people, letting go of man. I also I never smoked in my life, and when I created these friendships, for some odd reason I started smoking. I was and it was cool, and it was not cool in the sense of I need to do this because it's cool, but it was more like it was like the most natural thing to do, like pick up a cigarette and start smoking. And that's not good, you know. It's a drug. It's there's also, I think, a habit I needed to let go of. Other things, man, there were a lot of things I needed to let go on this journey. Letting go of the negative, and in general, it's just letting go of this negativity. So the positive can come in, cleaning your space. So positivity can. It's really an energy thing. It's really low. Positive, negative. It's all energy, and when you carry this negativity, you really have to let it go. and so the positive can come in. And yeah, letting go is a big part. But when you let go um, of your divine masculine, um, you have to, there's a hole. There's, because you got rid of the negativity, there's a hole. And you got to fill that hole with love, with positivity, the new, the new, the new you, the new phase in your life, the new cycle, the end of the old, and the new, the beginning, and you have to fill that hole with love, because you have to fill that hole with patience. Patience is also a key in this journey, because we have the need to control situations, control negative, fear-based. You have to fill it with love, patience. Patience is like a key. Letting go of the control, and patience is a very big key in this journey. You can't force things to be like instant, and letting things fold naturally is having patience and having faith. Faith, man, faith in the sense of a knowing within you that things will be all right no matter what. Because there will be moments in this journey where you will be like, where you fall in that trap to control and to, it's an illusion, get that power back by controlling things, because you're thinking to yourself like, is it gonna happen? Are things gonna unfold like they should? And really having the patience and the faith that things will eventually come into fruition. And that all has to do with divine timing. Divine timing. That's a beautiful word, because when you learn, I've learned that divine timing is really a thing, that things will come in at a pace when you're ready for it. You'll learn that if for example you learn something and you start getting good at it, eventually you'll be like, okay, everything's good. And when you learn something, you get to the point where you're like an expert at this thing. So things can end and new things come in, because you'll learn that there's gonna be triggers throughout this journey. Like you get triggered by something and you're like, and it maybe can upset you and be like, whoa, why is this happening, blah blah blah, and things are hard and things are difficult. And that's what I'm talking about. Eventually you'll learn to cope with it, to handle the situation, because you're not getting triggered anymore about you start to learn to handle, you start to heal, you start to accept, you start to let things flow naturally and let things be, and like a new thing will come in. A new thing will come in that will trigger you, and you'll start to cope or learn new things, new skills with that situation. And that all has to do with divine timing. It's like things will come in at a time when you're ready. And there will be a lot of times where you think, man, how am I gonna go through this? How I'm gonna handle this? But things will come in not because you can't handle it. It's because you can handle it. It's because you can cope with it. Because it's a new thing. You have to deal with it. You have to learn to handle the situation, to cope with it, to heal, to let and but letting go is letting go is also of other people's problems. Also negativity. People can force their problems on you in a forceful way, where you need to create space between you and those people, and letting go of tomorrow's problems is also a thing, because of the negativity in your life. You're constantly going back and forth in your mind, thinking, oh, how I'm gonna handle this, are things gonna be alright? Is thinking about it is that your divine mascot or your twin is teaching you something, is teaching you to let go, to truly, your divine masculine is teaching you to really step into your power and to let go. And it doesn't even have to be about them. It has to do with everything in life, because you can apply letting go in so many ways in your life. It's not only about your twin. Your twin is reflecting something in you that you need to handle, or need to deal with, or need to fix, or need to learn to cope with. Because this letting go, you can apply to everything in your life. Like, I had situations where I was like, is everything gonna be alright? And eventually I chose to let go of the situation and let things unfold naturally. And eventually things fixed itself. I was like, and I came back and I was like, wow, things fixed itself. Like, because and that's how you can apply letting go in your life. And is your twin is like reflecting things on you. You need to work on, so you can eventually apply it, not only related to them but also in life. Because it in general, it's like a life lesson. It's a thing you can apply to everything in your life. Yeah, there's so many situations where we need to control things in our life, but letting go is really key in this journey. And detaching, because you can't control your twin. You are the same soul. You are the same soul, but two different bodies, two different minds. And so control is an illusion. The thing is focusing on yourself. That is the key, because focusing on yourself, that will bring in the other physical person. So letting go and really detaching and letting go is really key. Having patience, letting go, and starting to love yourself, starting to have faith in the journey, starting to have patience, because things aren't gonna be instant. Letting things flow naturally. That's kind of the thing I wanted to talk about today. It's a very heavy topic, letting go. It's like I said, letting go is really in phases. Is when you think you're letting go, you're not letting go. It's like really in stages. It's really in stages. It's really when you think you're letting go, you're not letting go. It's like there's always a next level in letting go, because it's really letting go. It's really letting go is really creating space between you and your twin. It's not, that doesn't mean you have to run away from that person, but just focusing on yourself. That's the most important person, because they won't abandon you, because it doesn't seem that way sometimes, but they truly love you. They truly care about you. And you when you start working on yourself, they'll eventually pop out. It's maybe gonna take some time, but the more you focus on yourself, the more they'll start realizing, well, like, wow, where is this person? Let me check up on him, and maybe start a small conversation. Don't force things. Don't force yourself onto this person. Don't be more than they are giving you. Balance is really key. Don't force yourself. Don't force situations that aren't there. That's also key. Don't force situations that aren't there. And how also that also has to do with the control, with the letting go. Just let things unfold naturally, and let things be. Be with yourself. Work on yourself. Self-love. Work on your skills. Work on being a better person every day. Be loving towards yourself. Be loving and caring towards your fellow man. That's the thing I wanted to talk about today. I'll see you later, and till the next time. Bye bye.